Hey, I'm Brendan Bailey, and for the last 2 years, I've been working on my own video game. Now, I owe an apology to the 2 or 3 people that actually watch these videos because I haven't uploaded one since, I think, February. But trust me, that doesn't mean I haven't been working on this project, and today I'm going to show you all the progress I've made, and surprise, the demo level is done. It is fully playable, it has enemies and sound effects and a complete gameplay loop, and I'm going to show you all about it today. So, let's get started. We have our title screen and our menu, which I believe is what I went over in my previous video back from February, and this is working just dandy. Alright, so I don't even know what I've shown. I can't even remember what I've shown and what I haven't shown, but there was a lot of artwork and enemies and sound effects and all sorts of things added to the game. Even that saver there, I believe I hadn't done that yet. There's new attack animations, impact animations, sounds. You can pick up item upgrades. This is an ammo upgrade for the weapon, so you can shoot more ammunition. And I'm just going to play a bit of this and show you the demo, and just go through things as I find them. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll play up to the boss fight. Yes, there's a boss fight. That's one of the major updates that I worked on in the last few months. So one of the biggest challenges and most obvious things was to actually design a level, was to design a full world to actually run around in. And I had been working on that for a while, but in terms of just making a process for designing the level, but now there's actually a full level to play through that's been sketched out and built and decorated and all that stuff. And what you're seeing in the demo most likely will end up in the final game. I'm sure there'll be some changes, but generally speaking, what you're seeing is probably going to end up being the second area of the game. So this area is called the Everlush Biodome, and the general story here is that on this space colony, back when humans used to live here, humans and androids actually worked together to kind of study animal evolution. And in the story of Nixie, humans have been basically mutinied off of this colony, and now it is only occupied by androids. And as a result, all these animals have grown these animal robots have grown very large and kind of wild, and so all these giant spiders and bees and things are enemies that can kill you. So this was the first area that I did art for. It's kind of like the first area I came up with in the game. I don't think it's going to be the first area. Like I said, I think it's going to be the second area of the game. But it'll be it's sort of like definitely the demo level. It's always the level that I wanted to create first. So the level is non-linear, so this is actually one of 2 routes that you can take to get to the boss. And even along those routes, there's a couple little side rooms and sub-rooms that you can go into. This spider actually doesn't move that fast. It's a bug that I'm working out. For some reason, in the Unity editor, which I'm playing in now, the spider moves really fast, but when I build the game, the spider has the correct speed. I gotta figure out why that's happening, but at least in the actual build of the demo, the spider has the right speed. Here's one of the new enemies that I don't know if I ever showed. Not really an enemy, but little features like the spawning laser walls there. Okay, so here's a spot where I'm using the dialogue to kind of instruct the player on one of the abilities that you have, which is that you can attack downwards and get a bounce, a pogo bounce off of the enemies. It's kind of crucial that you do that in this room. running low on health. Gotta be careful here. One of the things I was thinking about with like this room in particular, since it's so like strangely designed, is like you don't need to justify to the player why a room is interesting. Like you don't need to come up with some sort of story or justification of why the game is interesting. Just make it interesting, right? There's no reason why anyone would have built this laboratory this specific way, but like we don't need to ask those questions. It's a game. It's more, it would be way less fun if it was just straight open rooms than you know, wacky oddball layouts like this with spikes and all sorts of impractical things. Okay, so these frogs here are this really challenged my coding abilities in terms of making artificial intelligence. Very difficult to program. Probably the most difficult thing to program are the enemy AI. It takes a lot of time and trial and error. Okay, we're coming up on the boss. Many hours put into the sprite artwork on this guy. Probably the biggest single pixel sprite that I've ever done. And not too many frames of animation. I think I got away with only doing 4 frames of animation, which for like a big sprite like that, you really can't get too carried away with animating too many frames because it's just going to take too long to make. Like I'd love to have done 8 frames and the wings super smooth, but I think I got away with 4 and it looks pretty well. Looks all right. I add the ghost effect in to give it a little bit more life. The ghost effect being like as the enemy moves, it leaves like a little trail of the previous sprite frame behind. So, you know, I looked up different resources on how to program a boss, and like I didn't find one solution that really served all my needs. I sort of had to make that one up, but yeah, it's pretty. It works. All right, so after you defeat the boss, you get one of the main upgrades in the game, which is the hook talons, which lets you do Nixie's hook grab ability. So you can now grab onto these hooks. If you ever played the game Ristar, this is very inspired by Ristar, or Rystar, as some people call it. But I always liked that. And if you ever played the Messenger, you get an ability called the Rope Dart, which lets you basically do this to walls. So kind of like combining the feeling that the Messenger gave me with the usage in Ristar, where in Ristar you can't use this all over the place. You have to use it on specific like tree branches or bars, like areas that are designated for you to be able to do it. So basically just lifted those 2 ideas and merged them into one ability. But I think it's pretty satisfying to use. Like it feels good, which was the idea there. Anyway, so how can you play the demo? Well, the demo has not been released publicly yet. It is going to be available to play at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, which is next weekend, August 11th through 13th. I will have a table there with it set up. That will be the first like public debut of Nixie where it's actually playable. And after that, I'm going to be gathering some feedback. I have a few little adjustments that I need to make before I can release it publicly. And by publicly, I mean it'll probably be released in the Discord so that there can be a forum for people sharing feedback and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, there's probably more things that I could possibly list that were completed between last video and this video, but I'm super excited to have gotten to this point. There's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of polish that I still need to do, so this is by no means like a final product of this area. But yeah, I mean, there's a demo. It's playable. I mean, It works. Oh, I didn't show you the character death. That's actually so you can die now. For the longest time, you couldn't actually die in this game. It was way too easy. Here, we'll let the spider kill me. Boom. And then respawn at the last saber. Oh, a lot of little trial and error to get that to work right, but it works. So yeah, I will put the details for the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo in the description below. If you're in the Long Island or tri-state area, do come out to the show. It is an amazing gaming expo. There is so much to see. Vendors, free play area. We have an entire history section where we have every console basically from the 70s to present all in a row. We have a museum section of obscure gaming systems. It is a lot of fun. There's cosplay, there's panels all day, arcade games, candy cabinets, tournaments. I know I'm forgetting stuff, but it is a great event that I've been involved in for the last, 7 years now. And I really can't say enough great things about it, and I'm very grateful that they are letting me show off Nixie. Also, at 5 o'clock on Friday the 11th, I will be giving a panel on game development. I will be showing off not only Nixie, but also just going through various topics, pixel art, game engines, anything that I've learned about game development. I'm basically just for an hour, I'm just going to be kind of gushing about different things. And I actually gave this talk last year, and it was a lot of fun, and I met a lot of great people. Some of which were way more experienced than me, so my imposter syndrome was kind of firing off the charts as usual. Anyway, I hope to see you there, and stay tuned. I will post another update, hopefully within the next month or two, when the demo is available to download. And I look forward to people trying it, giving me feedback, and I'm just excited to finally get it out there and see what people think. So for those of you that have been paying attention and who've joined the Discord, thank you so much for all the encouragement you've sent me. And this is just the first milestone in a long journey that is far from over. So stay tuned, and I'll keep you all updated on my progress. Take care. Bye.